try this. I'm back. I tried it on OBS. Now I'm back on Restream because it was dropping frames like crazy. I'm going to have to figure some things out. But with that said, let's see if this works. Let me check it. Here.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Hey everybody, welcome to Late Late Show Horror Show. I'm Dino, and welcome again. Listen. It's super sharp. It's good. Okay, so it's working. I have no idea. I turned the entire computer off, rebooted it, and plugged it into a different USB. So I'm hoping that does the trick. It looks like it does. It looks good. It looks sharp. Okay, so anyways. Here we go. I am so sorry about that, guys. You guys are awesome for for stuff like that happens, and I have no idea why. I tried OBS and OBS wouldn't work, but hopefully it continues to stay clear for me. And thanks for bearing with me. It looks good. It looks good. Okay, here we go. So again, thanks for all those who came back again. Brian Kirkham, Black Roses, CM, Bubba, Harry Scott, Connie Claire, Paul Ham. Yeah. Poe Girl Shines. One Sean Bond. So good on a 70-inch. Okay, here we go. So I know I probably lost people. It is what it is. I said come back. Come back, please. But we are going to have a Bob Ross, very casual. It's 8:21 now, so we're going to have some time to talk about some of these movies. 1970. I think I'm going to start going by year and just kind of continue to do this. Just have a casual, sit down and go through some of these movies. And if you've heard of any of them, please let me know. And, we can kind of have a sing-along here, and not a sing-along, but you know what I mean? We can kumbaya it here in the chat, if you guys got something to say, let me know. I will put it up on the screen. John McGee, what's going on? Trishina, algorithm. Yeah, no, it's not the algorithm. It's with my camera and my computer. And the way it was plugged in, I think there was an issue there. But anyways, they may be gone. It's their loss, not yours. Oh, no. Baby, come back. And baby, come back. Okay, anyways, I said this is casual, Bob Ross style. We're going to just take it easy, talk about it. I was talking about my terrarium. I closed the lid. I filmed everything in there and what it is. It's got a nice, and I know there's 2 earthworms in there because when I put the dirt from underneath all the leaves, I went into a forest, got real loose dirt with all the, I can't wait to see what life springs up and what plant life springs up. So it's going to be cool. And I'm going to videotape it every week to see what changes have it made. I also found really green moss and like round moss next to one of the trees. I plucked it. I put it in there. So it's going to be looking good. I can't wait. Kathy Evans, what's going on? Good to see you. With that said, yeah, SciFi Overnight tonight. SciFi Overnight, Orbiter X, Orbit 10, Space Patrol. So a good night of some sci-fi. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Yeah, hit the thumbs up again if you haven't already. Good year for classic horror. Yeah, Trishina, 1970, I don't know. I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to start from, and some of these are from Spain, from Germany, United Kingdom, Italy, Japan. It's the entire list of horror movies made in the 70s, at least the ones that are listed. So thank you, One Sean Bond. Like, subscribe, and support. It's much appreciated. Cheers all. Thank you. And there are flesh-eating plants in there. No. What I did, there'll be a whole video on it, CM. I took soil from out in the forest, put it down. I put a layer of rocks to collect the oil at the water at the very bottom, and then you add broken leaves, twigs, maybe a couple rocks, little tiny plants like some moss I did. It's just all bare bones. It's got some nice branching coming out in the middle. There'll be a video, but from that, you're supposed to see what life emerges. Close the lid, wait a year, see what survived, what's grown. Take a journey on this ecosystem that is closed off, a closed off terrarium. And like I said, I saw an earthworm, but there will be little mites and little, there could be eggs from centipedes or anything in there that may end up birthing. So we shall see. It'll be interesting. That's for nematodes. Yeah. Anyways, first movie. Here we go. Dino, remember the flashlight story if you have time. Yes, remind me towards the end around an hour from now, and I'll talk about that. Dem bones. Okay, so the first movie on this list is from Spain. It's called Ancines Woods. And Ancines is spelled like Ancines. Ancines Woods, directed by Pedro Olay. I am going to, some of these movies I'm not going to go in depth on, but I will do the plot. This was a movie from Spain. Says the film focuses on Benito Frere, a lonely and miserable peddler whose world is dominated by ignorance and superstition, wandering through various Galicia towns. Yeah, what a night tonight's turning out to be. What the hell? I just want to chill. Okay, chill, Dino, chill. Is that like Frito-Lay in Spain, man? I don't know. Hey, Emily, what's going on? Wandering through various Galicia towns, he regularly suffers from severe attacks of epilepsy. Rumors about him begin to spread throughout the region. Rumors that claims that Benito is both a werewolf and possessed by a demonic spirit. As the rumors about him continue to spread, Benito slowly descends into madness. So it's a Spanish werewolf movie, and Spain seemed to, at least in the 70s, really love their werewolf movies. So there is that. I was going to start the Blind Dead series, but my kids were over last night, and I didn't even watch the movie. So I pushed it. So there you go. Thus, we're kind of doing this, and we're just going to relax, have some fun, and talk about these. The next movie, I don't know if I doubt anybody, even Paul Hamm, might not know about that movie, The Ancines Woods. Sounds interesting, but who the heck knows? I don't know. I figured I'd do this too because I'll learn also about some movies that may sound good, and I'll write them down. The next movie is from the United Kingdom. Yes, Paul Naschy was the werewolf in all of the Spain ventures. In the Ancine Woods, let's see. Does it say who the actor was? Let me see. Is Paul Nash in there? Well, I'll tell you what. He wasn't in this movie. But that's okay. This one, I don't think you've ever heard of either, Paul Hams, right? Okay, so the next movie is from the United Kingdom. It's called And Soon the Darkness, directed by Robert Fust. Not Faust, but Fust. Robert Fust. And Soon the Darkness. Let's see what this is about. The poster looks very, very 70s, very giallo. I wish I could have put the posters or something like that up there too, but the guy, The guys were pretty hairy then. Yeah, see, listen, they're pretty hairy now, but I guess they shave. I don't know. I like hanging out like this too, Dino. Thanks, Black Roses. Yeah, listen, I'm just sitting here and I'm like going, I pushed that movie, Tomb of the Living Dead, but I still want to just hang out and talk about some movies. So this movie, all 1970s, and soon the darkness, the plot. Oh my God, that's a hell of a plot. I think I'm going to just take the first paragraph. I'm not reading all that. I won't get through any of the movies. But the plot says Jane and Kathy are two young nurses from Nottingham, oh boy, who are taking a cycling holiday through rural France. While having lunch at a busy restaurant, Kathy notices a handsome man drinking alone at an adjacent table. Shortly after the woman depart, the man also leaves the cafe. On a scooter, on a country road surrounded by farmland, the woman passed by the man on his scooter. Several minutes later, a woman passed. What? And soon they passed through a small village. Let me see if I can speed read this, you guys. Feeling guilty over leaving Kathy. Is this a horror movie? I mean, come on. The two get into an argument, running through the town on foot. Jane finally resides in this town, explains what has occurred. Listen, I'm skipping that. The heck with And Soon the Darkness. Forget that one, man. Holy heck. Stalker film. Oh, Paul Hamm. Thank you. Great film. Very strange and almost like a Hitchcock film. They gave me a full page, man, to read. I don't got the time. But you say Stalker film. Stalker film is good. And you say it's pretty good. Okay. So, And Soon the Darkness from 1970. Take it from Paul Hamm. That is pretty good. Hey! You know who it is. It's Dave Plouffe, the man, the YouTuber now. How do you spell that again, Dino? Devane says. Which one? And soon. The Ancines Woods is spelled Ancines Woods. But And Soon the Darkness. It sounds cool. The poster looks cool, Paul Hamm. It does run long. Okay. Well, that's all right. Listen, I'm fine. Dave Plouffe in his garden videos, doing good. He's become a YouTuber. Good for you, Dave. It's awesome to see, man. And me and Dave will be talking art balance and paranormal stuff on April 13th or 12th. I forget because I think 13th I got something going on. So it may be the day before to celebrate, not celebrate, but to remember Art Bell, because the 13th is the day he passed away. So that will be a good show. Because man, do I got some stuff to talk about on there. Okay, so the next film is it's a venture film between Spain, West Germany, and Italy. It's called Assignment Terror, directed by Tullio Domicili and Hugo Fregolenis. Assignment Terror. Here we go. Also known as Los Monstruos del Terror. Wait a second. This poster, it looks like Assignment Terror. This has got Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, and Dracula. So what is this movie? This movie is... What the hell? Also known as Dracula vs. Frankenstein and Assignment Terror. And it is a 1970 Spanish-German Italian horror film co-directed by... I'm going to have to check this one out. Quit midway through the production, so the film was completed by Domicili, whatever. Hey, WTF, what's going on? It is the third in a series of 12 films that Paul Naschy wrote and starred in, featuring the werewolf, Waldemar Donansky, a role that was always played by Naschy. It stars Paul Naschy. Okay. His last film, Michael Rene, Okay, I'm not going to go through all that. It was filmed in early spring 1969. The film was first released theatrically in Germany as Dracula vs. Frankenstein. Okay, the Monsters of Terror. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. The film sold directly. Okay, so summary: aliens occupying the bodies of deceased Earth scientists revive a vampire, a werewolf, a female mummy, and Frankenstein's monster with a plan to use them to take over the human race by using their own primitive superstitions against them. A golem was supposed to be one of the monsters in this film, but unfortunately, the budgetary problems, okay, the filmmaking encountered wouldn't permit it, but they can do all the rest. The aliens want to discover why these monsters are so frightening to Earthlings. For reference, the aliens use a book entitled The Anthology of the Monsters by a professor, Ulrich von Ferrick-Salen, who was also the creator of the Frankenstein monster in this film, and the werewolf, and the woman mummy, enough to end his torment. So this sounds pretty cool. I mean, this is why I'm doing this. I have never heard of this, and I have got to make sure I write down assignment terror. Anything that's got all of the universal monsters in it, but it is a Spanish, Italian, German, like they're the ones who do the Giallo films. But this is something different. The poster looks excellent. And how they couldn't fit the golem in there because of budgetary restraints is beyond me. I don't understand because they got all the other monsters. What's one more monster? But holy hell! Let's see. Yeah, Black Rose, a female mummy. Cool. So a mum mummy or a mummy mum. You will love this film, Dino. Werewolf fights mummy in this. Oh, Paul Hamm. Okay. Damn, the mummy isn't female, however. Interesting. Okay, Paul Hamm. Huh. Let's see. Who said Dino Wood? Paul? Connie? Dino Wood, Paul. Connie, how do you know what I'd like? Maybe I won't like it. I don't know. But it sounds very good. It sounds very good. We will have to do assignment terror for movie night. Well, yeah, let's do that. Maybe I'll do that. We'll all watch assignment terror for movie night on one of the Fridays. Maybe this Friday coming up. That sounds pretty darn good. I was thinking the same thing, Dave. Anyone mentioned Ship of Monsters yet? Nope. I'm trying to go. This one just caught me real quick. Assignment terror. I'm just like, holy hell! And I'm going in alphabetical order. So there's that. Okay, so the next film is also, well, apparently Assignment Terror is on Tubi for free. You are in luck. There you go. There you go. But yeah, no, all the Universal monsters in that for a foreign film. I gotta see that. So Assignment Terror this Friday. If you're a channel member or a Patreon member, you can watch it with us all. So there you go. Anyways, the next one is from the United Kingdom. Again, these are all from 1970. I'm going to go from year to year. Ship of Monsters is from 1960. There you go. Anyone? Oh, yeah, WTF. Okay, yeah. No, I'm doing 1970 only. I'm going by decade, as the thumbnail and the title says. Am I still looking good? Is the quality of the video still good? Let me see. Yeah, it seems to be. I still got to figure this out. I don't understand what the heck is going on. Poe Girl, welcome to the chat tonight. Yes, Poe Girl shine. Okay, the next one is from the United Kingdom, 1970. The Beast in the Cellar, directed by James Kelly. The Beast in the Cellar. This is one that I'm sure a lot of people have seen. I haven't seen this film, though. See, there's a lot of films I haven't seen. The Beast in the Cellar is a 1970 British horror film. Yes, it is. The plot: soldiers stationed at a rural army base in Lancashire are being mauled to death in the surrounding woodland. The authorities suspect a wild cat. A wild cat, people. Marina Bellotta. Hey, guys, it's been a while since I had a rough week. How's everybody doing, though? Marina, much love to you, man. Sorry about the rough week. Everybody doing good here. We are just chilling. It was a rough start, but we're here. Your hat looks fabulous. Thanks, CM. Thank you. So the authorities suspect a wild cat, but sisters Joyce and Ellie Ballantyne, who live in a house nearby, fear that the soldiers are actually being murdered by their brother Stephen, who has been locked in their cellar for nearly 30 years. Have I seen this movie? This sounds familiar, but it sounds like other movies that have taken kind of the same approach. Joyce and Ellie discover that Stephen has dug a tunnel out of the cellar, allowing him to come and go as he pleases. They also find the body of one of the soldiers, and they fill in the tunnel. Joyce suffers a fall, forcing Ellie to complete the task alone. Ellie then buries Stephen's victim near the house. Oh, boy. With Joyce now bedridden, Ellie realizes that she cannot cope on her own and calls for the army and the police. She tells them that Stephen is her and Joyce's younger brother, born after the soldier and father served for World War. Okay, keep this going. Physically abused by the. Okay, it starts getting deep. Okay, so there's a monster, the beast in the cellar. Okay, sounds interesting. Not sure. Love the aquarium walkthrough, Dino. Very interesting with aquascaping and cool fish. Thank you, Dave Plouffe. Yeah, and I just did my very first closed terrarium. I am not going to open it for a full year. Video coming soon. I put a whole bunch of stuff in there. It's going to look very cool, Dave. I'm interested to see what like what kind of life grows in there. So that, anyways, it's a film from Tigon Studios in the vein of those Hammer thrillers. The Beast in the Cellar? Okay, kind of hammerish. Again, listen, Paul, I need you as a co-host, but in the chat is fine, you know. And a bootleg of this treasure is on YouTube if anyone inclined to watch it. There you go, Brian Kirkham. You can find a lot of these. There's, of course, Blackula during that decade. And we'll eventually get to it, that's for sure. 1970 for today, for sure. But thank you, Dave. Definitely love. Sounds like Arsenic and Old Lace versus Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. A little bit. Yeah. Okay, next movie. Let's keep going. Next movie is from the Philippines in the United States. So this one we should all know. Beast of Blood. Beast of Blood. Oh my. Released in the UK as Blood Devils. It is a Filipino horror film. And it's also a sequel to The Mad Doctor of Blood Island. It was directed by Eddie Romero. No relation to George Romero. But the poster looks pretty cool. It's a poster of a zombie type being pulling off his head with blood all over him, like dressed from island gear. I hate that these plots are just so damn long. I guess I'll try to just get through a little bit of it. I might have to do a part 2 to 1970. I got to go quicker. The plot of this film, Beast of Blood, 1970, of this film picks up where the Mad Doctor of Blood Island leaves off. Upon leaving Blood Island, the ship carrying Dr. Bill Foster, John Ashley, Sheila Willard, her father, all these people, sinks after explodes and sinks after mutated chlorophyll creature. The beast is found secretly on board and goes on a rampage, destroying the ship. I think that's all we need to know. Kind of like a crazy, and listen, I'm in rare form tonight. I can't speak. I don't know what the hell's going on, but this is for fun. I should slow down. I said I would. But that sounds almost Creature from the Black Lagoon like, right? A little bit. Kind of jumps on the ship and wreaks havoc on these people. So Beast of Blood, a sequel to The Mad Doctor of Blood Island. Very interesting. Let's see. Yeah, Mad Doctor of Blood Island had some of the most frightening zombie effects I thought at the time, says WTF. The monster was known as the Chlorophyll Man. Yeah. Oh, Killdozer was awesome. Same as Frogs. Yeah, I have a poster of Frogs. It just was a cool poster. That's for sure. Drink water, Dino. Yeah. I got ginger ale here. Mm. Did anybody see this over here, this plaque? Just joke. Wilson Nightstand. What is going on? Hello, all. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mad Doctor Blood Island was one. What did you say? One of the best drive-in horrors of the exploitation era, Paul Ham says. Nice. Poe Girl Shines. I saw the Mad Doctor of Blood Island. Have to see Beast of Blood now. Yes, yes. 1970. I believe it's on YouTube to watch. So there you go. Kathy is here. Hello, Kathy. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. And good to have you, Wilson Nightstand. The next movie from 1970 from the United States, starring John Carradine. Can you guess? Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Oh boy. Yeah. This is something. Directed and written by Robert F. Slatzer. It's got John Carradine, John Mitchum, Christopher Mitchum, Joy Lansing, Doodles Weaver, Lindsay Crosby. So it's got some people, and I do believe I've seen this film. I do believe I've seen this. Look at, wait, what did Kathy say? Look at that shiny YouTube plaque in the background. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, see, I'm looking at to brush my teeth that night. Anyways, okay, so Bigfoot, 1970. D. Fast-talking Jasper B. Hawks drives through the forest in his car, along with his sidekick, Elmer Briggs. Oh, is this kind of a comedy horror? It sounds a little bit like it could be. At the same time, pilot Joy Landis pilots a single-engine aircraft over the same area. Joy's engine conks out, and she is forced to parachute to safety. I already know what's going to happen. They're all going to meet up in the forest and be attacked by Bigfoot. On the ground, she suddenly encounters a Bigfoot creature that emerges from the woods and attacks her. Laconic biker Rick, there's a biker guy, Rick, rolls into the woods with his girlfriend, Chris. She stumbles onto the Bigfoot burial ground and is also attacked by a Bigfoot. There's a skeptical sheriff, so 12-foot tall male Bigfoot, only been guarding the woman for him. Dad, Bigfoot. Oh my God. Okay, so that's a Bigfoot, 12 foot. So John Carradine, picking up and doing Bigfoot, 1970. Again, I haven't seen it. Yes, and it's bad. Paul Ham, you've watched every movie ever, right? Listen, I guess I still got time to listen. I've got to hit the movies. I've got to hit the movies. The kids take up a lot of my time. They're getting older. He's 14, she's 18. So eventually I'll be able to just hit the movies and just go on. The poster reads "Mates with anything." No, Paul Ham. What the hell? The Bigfoot suits are the worst. I bet you they are. I think I saw that. Ian Sharp. Doodles Weaver. Yes. It's a star-studded cast. Bigfoot. Who said that? Let's see. Oh yeah, didn't have the tons of nature doc footage in it. Bigfoot makes Plan 9 look like Star Wars. Oh no, in a good way or bad way. Holy moly, Paul. LOL. Yeah, I don't know, man. That is funny. Okay, anyways, let's move on from Bigfoot. I think we get the point there. Oh, this will be a quick one because we all know about this one. Also in 1970, one of the first great films from the producer Dario Argento, filmed in Italy, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Great Italian giallo. Up there in my top films, giallo films of all time. What can I say? Dario Argento, great poster, great story, great everything. Let's see, can I go in it a little bit? It was his directorial debut, Dario Argento. It's the one that popularized giallo. It's part of the Animal trilogy, of course. The other, The Cat o' Nine Tails, The Four Flies on Great Velvet, which we talked about all of them here on the channel with Ginger. And the plot, Sam Dalma. It's a giallo film. Listen, I don't need to go into plot. It's very in-depth. The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, the title alone, that bird has to do with clues leading up to the killer at the zoo. It's just a unique film. It's so well done. I can't say enough. If there's any film that we've talked about so far, everybody needs to see that one. But anyways, Shivers 74 Canadian with Paul Hampton. Just doing 70s today, but we will do this more often, and we will take it in order. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to try to get through all of these, but damn, we're 10 till. Creature, aka the Titan, fine, awesome movie. My favorite Creature movies. Very cool. WTF? Yes. Creature features 50s and 60s, but you still had some in the 70s. The next film is from Japan, 1970. I'm not going to butcher the name. Teruo Ishii. Teruo Ishii. The name of the movie is Blind Woman's Curse. And Japan had some good films in the 70s, man. Some very good films in the 70s. So this one might be a good one. Blind Woman's Curse. Also known as, I can't read Japanese, so I don't know. The plot is Kaji is a dragon tattooed leader of the Yakuza clan. In a duel with a rival gang, Kaji slashes the eyes of an opponent, and a black cat appears to lap the blood from the gushing wound. The cat and the victim of the slashing go on to seek revenge on Kaji gang, leaving a trail of dead Yakuza girls with their dragon tattoos skinned from their bodies. Oh, sounds deep. Sounds deep. But yeah, no, Blind Woman's Curse from Japan, 1970. Sounds okay. Sounds okay. It's interesting just giving opinion by the name, the country, and the plot. Sometimes you need to see that trailer too, but even the trailer sometimes blows it. Doesn't make it good. CMI, I take it that is not a Kurosawa film. No. Super Symbology. Super Symbology sounds like a great first date film. It's like a Japanese. You've seen this film too, Paul Ham. It's like a Japanese giallo. Oh, come on. Blind Woman's Curse. Okay, I got it. Okay, so the next film is from the United States. It's called Blood Mania. Blood Mania, directed by Robert Vincent O'Neill. Very cool poster. I haven't heard of any. Oh, wait a second. This might be exploitation. Blood Mania. Here we go. Let's see. The poster tagline says, "Terror that rips the screams right out of your throat." It's got a naked woman carrying a skeleton. Says a shocking climax. Woo! A shocking climax, it says. Okay. Anyways, released in the fall of 1970, the film was a double bill with Bloodlust, 1961's Bloodlust. Okay. So the plot. Let's dive in a little bit into the plot. Dr. Craig Cooper, a physician, is caring for his dying employer, Ridgely Waterman, a wealthy old curmudgeon. Waterman is cared for at the home by his daughter Victoria and a live-in nurse, Miss Turner. Despite several attempts by Victoria, a nymphomaniac, to seduce Dr. Cooper, she has so far been unsuccessful. So I'm not sure what is going on with Dr. Cooper, and I wonder what Victoria looks like. Dr. Cooper soon learns that an unnamed old connection is attempting to blackmail him for his providing of illegal abortions. The blackmailer is demanding $50,000 in hush money. This sounds deep. Okay, I'm stopping right there. The affair consummated. Okay, so nymphomaniac, blackmailing, hush money. Okay, quite the horror film. Okay, moving on from Blood Mania. Blood Mania. Let's see. Curmudgeon and nymphomaniac, both in one film. Right, Paul Ham? Survey says X. John Carradine made a lot of movies. Yes, he did, Ian Sharp. That Zuni fetish douse scared the bejeebers out of me. I take it you're say, oh, Trilogy of Terror. Trilogy of Terror. Trilogy of Horror, 3 shorts with camera. Trilogy of Terror is what you're thinking. Black, 1970, Karen Black, third in it. But she played in each one of the trilogies, each one of the shorts. But anyways, yeah, let's move on. I'm going to try to get through these. There's another movie that doesn't even have a plot. Okay, so it's from Italy, Spain, West Germany. It's called The Bloody Judge. And it stars Christopher Lee. The Bloody Judge, Italian, Spanish, German horror film. Christopher Lee, Maria Schell, and Leo Jen. Directed by Jesus Franco. The Bloody Judge. And it has no plot, so I can't read anything. So Christopher Lee's in it, unless it's another Christopher Lee. All that is missing is the Zuni fetish doll. Yeah. Blood Mania was pretty good. I have binged many the last few years. LOL. Blood Mania. It sounds weird. I don't know. Again, curmudgeon and nymphomaniac in the same plot. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Next film is actually from France, directed by Claude Mulot, M-U-L-O-T. How's that pronounced in French? Oh my God, my eyes itching me. Yeah. Hold on, you guys. Here he goes. I told you it's casual like Bob Ross. Put the little bushes in. Oh my God, my eye was itching. Okay, French film, 1970, The Blood Rose. The Blood Rose. Here we go. Make up your own plot. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Give me a second. Let's go to this. The Blood Rose, 1970, a French horror film directed and written by Claude Mulot is what I'm guessing. The poster's tagline says, oh boy, here we go again. The first sex horror film ever made. I don't think that's correct. But, oh my gracious, it's on Paramount Plus, who bundles these things together and sells them to streaming companies. Christopher Lee is Judge Jeffries, a witch finder who tortures and imprisons victims. Paul Ham. Oh, I don't know why there's not a plot for that movie. But The Blood Rose, French film. Plot. Let's see. This one's a short one. Frederick Lancic is a botanist, like Dave Plouffe, and a portraitist, like Dave Plouffe. No, I don't know if, do you draw or paint, Dave? Who runs a beauty salon. Lancic meets and falls in love with Anne at a dress ball, and the two get married. The two move into Lancic's home, but at one of Lancic's portrait expeditions, Anne's face is pushed into a bonfire by a jealous woman, which horribly scars Anne's face. Anne isolates herself in her home, where she slowly becomes less mentally stable, as well as having erotic dreams about her nurse, Agnes. Lancic learns that one of his clients, Dr. Romer, is a former plastic surgeon who has halted from practicing medicine and currently only performs plastic surgery on criminals. Lancic blackmails Romer into performing a grafting surgery on his wife and restore her former beauty. Lancic tricks two of the female clients to his home as donors for the face. What? And they die in the process? The sister of Anne's former nurse comes to the chateau to look for her sibling, but realize how far madness Lancic and his wife killed by his servants. And then he gives him, oh my God, a sex horror romp. Oh, Lord, have mercy on the soul. Actually, it sounds very interesting. Am I the only one? What's Dave Plouffe? Here's the link to Dino and Ted with the Trilogy of Terror. Oh, there you go, Dave. Thank you. Hell yeah, I do. Painting. Okay, so there you go. He's a man of many, many things. Now I can put, hey, it's Dave Plouffe, the professor, the gardener, the botanist, the portraitist, the painter, the artist, anyways, I'm going to stop. I do run a beauty salon, though. I do not run a beauty salon, though. Japanese make unique movies. Yeah, no, especially during the 70s. That I know. I hate when it gets my face in a bonfire. It's like a cross between, here, let's ask Paul. I'll call this segment, Let's Ask Paul. So make sure you look out for these streams, Paul. It's going to be titled, Let's Ask Paul. It's like a cross between Eyes Without a Face and Circus of Horrors. Paul, okay, yeah, I think I asked you this already. You said you might be able to jump on with me, but I didn't want to put any pressure on you. But yeah, maybe I'll send you a message the night before I do something like this, and if you can jump on, you can. You know what I mean? So, anywho, my name is Yeda. I don't work Thursdays. Frankenhooker 1970. Frankenhooker 1970. Okay, The Blood Rose. Sounds interesting. I also got a film from the United States, but filmed in England. There's not a plot for this too. It's called The Body Beneath, 1970, directed by Andy Milligan. So I'm going to skip the ones I don't have a plot for and move to, here we go. Possibly okay, cool. Listen, how can I send you? Paul, are you on, you're a member, right, Paul Ham? Yeah, you're a channel member. I think I can send you a message. Are you on Patreon too, Paul Ham? Probably not. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm just glad the picture looks better. That's some plot. You better believe it, Ian Sharp. So the next film is Count Dracula, 1970. It's a Spain, West Germany, Italy, and Liechtenstein film, directed by Jesus Franco. Let's look at this one, man. Wait. Who's in that? Do we got Klaus Kinski? Yes, we have Christopher Lee, Herbert Lom, and Klaus Kinski. Did I see this film? Hold on. Bram Stoker's Count Dracula. Christopher Lee on the poster has very sharp, long fangs coming out the upper lip. I haven't seen this one though, but man, is that a cast? Count Dracula. is a 1970 Gothic horror film directed by Jesus Franco, based on the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. It stars Christopher. Yeah, I said that. It is not a Hammer production like his other Dracula films, being produced instead by Harry Alan Towers. Klaus Kinski, who would play Dracula himself 9 years later in Nosferatu the Vampire, is also featured in the film as Renfield. Klaus Kinski plays Renfield in this Count Dracula movie with Christopher Lee as Count Dracula and Klaus Kinski as Renfield. Hot damn, I need to Jess Franco with Christopher Lee as Dracula. Jess Franco with Christopher Lee as Dracula. Yes. I have seen this version of Dracula. Decent, says Po Girl Shines. Saw that when it's okay. Just send an email to, thank you, Dave. Thank you. Because man, Paul, I need to be in contact with you for sure. This, it sounds like you guys are saying it's I mean, I guess it doesn't always mean it's going to be good, even though Christopher Lee, Klaus Kinski, I mean, so you never know. Let me move on. It's fair, but not Hammer. Lee does an interesting version of the Count in this. Herbert Lom is Van Helsing. I figured that much. But it's one I haven't seen. So listen, I mean, when you go through a list of movies like this, you definitely find out, there's a lot of movies I still haven't seen. I mean, if you want Dracula with 70s adult films star mustache, this one's for you. Yeah, Christopher Lee with the mustache. There you go. Trying to think if there's, I'm sure there's other Draculas with mustaches, right? Next film is from the United States. We all know that. It's Count Yorga Vampire, directed by Bob Keljan. Count Yorga is, let's see, I always like to look at this poster because they always got interesting stuff to say on there. Mistresses of the Death Master. Oh! Sharing the hunger of human flesh, his thirst for human blood, his evil lusts that even hell cannot fulfill. Count Yorga Vampire. I think most of us know this. I don't need to really get into this too much, I don't think. It's a coffin is loaded to a truck at the port of Los Angeles. The truck then climbs to a gated mansion in the Southern California hills. A woman named Donna hosts a seance in hopes of contacting her recently deceased mother. There's a party, several friends, including Donna's boyfriend. Overseeing the seance is Count Yorga, a mysterious Bulgarian mystic who has recently moved to the States from Europe. Donna becomes hysterical during the proceedings, and Yoga uses hypnosis to calm her. So there you go, Yorga at her funeral home. It goes on and on. I could continue the plot, but Hayes notices that loss. Yeah, I mean, it's oh my God, this is a book. Telepathically, so telepathy is involved. Yeah, man. I need to write down the names and then go to IMDb next time because this just gives you every bit of information you need for the film. But I think most people lover of older films like this one a lot. Paul Hamm, awesome film. Worth checking out, Dino, but no classic. This one I've seen, Paul Hamm. This one I've seen, and this one I've definitely liked. So, yes, there you go. Next film. Oh, this is a television film from the United States. 1970, television. Everyone, our tornado siren just went off. Had to check local weather. If I go missing, I'll probably be in the basement. Prayers, Emily. Prayers. Be safe. Be safe. Get to somewhere safe. Yes. Robert Quarry was a great vampire, Paul Hamm. Yes. So this was a United States 1970 television film, Crow Haven Farm, directed by Walter Grauman, starred Hope Lang, Paul Burke, and Lloyd Bochner. Crow Haven Farm. American made-for-television supernatural horror film and folk horror film directed by Walter Gowan. ABC Movie of the Week. Yeah, well, I got the list here. I've got to check this out. John Carradine is also in this movie. But this was an ABC Movie of the Week, and I like to see a lot of the movie of the weeks from the back in the 70s. I just find them interesting. But this one sounds very interesting, man. Crowhaven Farm. Plot. The plot is very short. It's a young couple, Maggie and Ben, inherit an old New England farm. Soon after moving in, Maggie starts having terrifying visions that seem to point to a ghastly past involving witches and satanic cults. Soon the sinister past has evil designs for the new couple. Definitely sounds like a folk horror film. Supernatural horror and folk horror film. That sounds interesting. Paul Hamm, have you seen that one? Must have been a slow week for ABC. Well, listen, that sounds pretty good. Anytime you get horror on the movie for the movie of the week, I mean, heck, you got Salem's Lot back in the day. You got Gargoyles, Trilogy of Terror. There's others. Crowhaven Farm. Satanic Couch is witches in this. I'd like to, yeah, this one I gotta see if I can find it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, this one stars Vincent Price, and you may have all seen this one. United Kingdom, 1970. Vincent Price stars Hilary Dwyer and Carl Rigg, directed by Gordon Hessler. It is Cry of the Banshee. Cry of the Banshee. A pretty good Vincent Price film. As the poster says, Edgar Allan Poe probes new depths of terror. So there you go, Cry of the Banshee. Loosely based. There you go, Salem Lot. That's a good one. Well, hell yeah, that's a good one. Like that Dracula movie, Vincent. Yep, there's a witchy stuff in it. CM says that. Very cool, very cool. Cry of the Banshee, 1970 British horror. Let's see. Boy, do I really need to go into it? Edgar Allan Poe, Cry of the Banshee. It's basically that, the Cry of the Banshee. Anyway, let's see. Ruling that she is a witch. So, it has to do with, listen, Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, they delve into a lot of this kind of stuff. So this one deals in witches too. Whipped through the streets and placed in the village stocks. So this sounds kind of folk horror-ish too. Devil marked. Yes, maybe devil marked. So yes, all about the witches. There you go. Hey, Ian, been missing you. Kinski was really good. Klaus Kinski, yeah. And he had that look. There's certain actors like Peter Lorre. I put Klaus Kinski in that kind of same level where he's got this look and he speaks in a way that he's one of those guys, not as great as Peter Lorre, but Klaus Kinski's done some great performances. The next one, there's no plot for it listed, but I think we all probably know it. It's a United States Philippine film, aka it's called Curse of the Vampires. Maybe you don't know it, aka Creature of Evil or Blood of the Vampires. So that's another one. Oh yeah, I'm not going to get through all these movies. I'm not going to get through nearly all of these movies, but I'm trying. Another movie from the United States is Dream No Evil, directed by John Hayes. Poster says, a nightmare of unexpected terror. Don't go near the barn. The face of an angel, the body of a woman, but evil in every way. Oh my God. Can you guys see that poster? See that poster? I mean, you can't read it, but see it? She's on it, and there's a barn in the lower left-hand corner. It's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. I like it. I mean, it sounds pretty damn good. I haven't seen it. Dream No Evil, 1970 American horror film, written and directed by John Hayes. Starring Edmund O'Brien, Brooke Mills, and Mark Lawrence. Its plot follows young woman who, adopted and raised by a traveling evangelist group, develops a deadly obsession with locating her birth father. It was also released under the alternate titles of The Faith Healer and Now I Lay Me Down to Die, Dream No Evil. What caught me was don't go near the barn, because that is where she is. Orphaned, High Dive, Antelope Valley, Grace of Virgin, refuses Patrick sexual advances, John. Yeah, no, this one sounds good too. I'm not going in. That's too long of a plot. Next one, The Manitou is scary. Oh, Johnny Johnson, don't make me say that story again. That'll take too long, and I won't be able to get to no movies. My uncle passed out in the theater at the Manitou also. That's where it's kind of spiritual horror, dealing with a lump that starts growing on the back of this woman, and this I ain't even saying it because we're not allowed to say certain things anymore. But anyways, the next movie is from the United States. The United States. Thank you, Connie, for all the posts. Don't forget to share the stream in the channel. Thank you. Ian Sharp, California Vampires. They're always the best, right? The next movie is The Dunwich Horror from the United States, directed by Daniel Haller. Sandra Dee starred, Dean Stockwell, and Ed Bagley. I probably don't need to go into this too much. It's a supernatural horror film. Deals with the occult, ritual taken from the Necronomicon. The screenplay was co-written by Curtis Hanson, while Roger Corman served as an executive producer on the film. He did that a lot. The poster I like seeing. A few years ago in Dunwich, a half-witted girl bore illegitimate twins. One of them was almost human. And the poster's got a woman with like a Medusa type head with all kinds of occult-like things coming out of it, tentacles. It looks pretty damn cool. Peter Wernicke. Why, hello there, everyone. Sci-Fi Night. I do got timestamps. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Listen, I've been putting up new streams. It's been pretty slow overnight, but hopefully you guys are still enjoying the channel, everything. I know you guys are. Yeah, no. I did Mr. District Attorney last night or the night before? I think it was I'm confused. Anyways, here we go. So the Dunwich Horror, we all know this film. We all know the story. It's been done to death over and over and over. It's, H.P. Lovecraft. I think we all know, right? So on from there, let's get another one in. Another one from the United States. This one I haven't seen. Best horror film of 1970. Not of 1970, Richard James. That was later on, 1978. This, we're talking 1970. Best horror film of 1970, Halloween. Halloween was not 1970, Richard James. What's going on? When we get to 78, you can chime in with Halloween being the best. Mr. District Attorney last night was great, as was Coffee Club this morning. Awesome. Yeah, no, I like going in there. Welcome, Richard James. But again, remember that Halloween was not 1970. Okay, so the next movie is also from the United States. Horror movie directed by Jack Woods. It's called Equinox, starring Edward Connell, Barbara Hewitt, and Frank Bonner, or Boner, whatever you want to say. I haven't seen this one. I know Paul Hamm probably has. But the poster says The Evil Devil Cult, that enslaves and destroys. This looks more like a 1960s movie than anything. Equinox, occult barrier between good and evil, supernatural. No rating. Interesting. So the poster itself, if you guys can, let's see, make it out. If you can make that out, oh, dang it. Come on. No, that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. I messed it up. Here we go. Okay, now it's not going to do it. Okay, it doesn't matter. It looks like a 1960s film, and I can't make this screen bigger. What's going on? Okay, so you're going to screw me up on this. Equinox is a 1970s supernatural horror film. Let's see. The film focuses on 4 young people picnicking in California Canyon, where they stumble upon an ancient book used to conjure demons. Soon they unleash a plethora of evil creatures. Oh, interesting. The film was originally conceived as a short. Who developed the shot, David, after independent distributor, full-length feature. Equinox initially gained a reputation as a midnight movie during its theatrical run, but as later years been noted for its economical yet sophisticated use of stop motion effects and cell animation. Maybe I got to see this. The latter later worked on Flash Gordon, in which he animated a giant monster. Wow. Okay. Has been influential to the horror and sci-fi monster genres, receiving praise from filmmaker George Lucas and special effects Ray Harryhausen. Was released on DVD by the Criterion Collection. How did I miss Equinox, you guys? Equinox. I'm making sure this is on 1970. Wow. Holy hell. Did anybody? Equinox was the co-feature with Bigfoot during 1970. LOL. Listen, they just pumped this movie up like crazy, man. Holy hell. No, that sounds pretty damn good. If you ask me, why can't I make this bigger now? I'm pretty pissed. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But can I this one? Okay, so now I can. But anybody else seen it? Equinox is only showing on HBO right now. Oh, so okay, so good. I've got HBO, so I'll watch it on there. Barn Evil, Ian Sharp. Are you going back to the other one that I was just talking about? Not Equinox. Peace, CM. CM, you leaving? Thank you, Dino and Mods. Be well. Peace. Oh, later. Peace. Kathy says, sounds like Equinox should be a Friday night movie, Dino. Yeah, no, Equinox and Assignment Terror, Dave Plouffe said. They definitely should be a movie for Friday night. Definitely. Yeah, one of those movies. Equinox, that's a lot of high praise, man, is what it is. Okay, so let me keep going. West German film. Oh God, should I go? Well, I mean, I'm going through the entire list. We'll go through this one quick. 1970 West German film, also starring Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee did a lot of stuff. Jesus Franco, director. So he also directed The Bloody Judge with Christopher Lee, which was also a German film. So it's called Eugene, the story of her journey into perversion. Leave it to, yeah. Why can't I get? I'm so pissed about this. I can't make pictures bigger. Okay, there we go. The poster says the story of her journey into a perversion. Her body is bruised and embraced beyond her wildest dreams. Does that sound like a horror film? I don't know. Let's see what it has to say. A modern-day adaptation of the Marquis de Sade, the book Philosophy in the Bedroom. The film follows sexploitation horror film. So it's a sexploitation horror film. Look at you, Christopher Lee. Jeez, I tell you. The story of her journey into perversion marked the second of Franco's de Sade-themed films after Marquis de Sade, Justine in 1969. It has often been confused. I don't need to go on anymore. It's a sexploitation film, horror film, sexploitation horror film. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, sounds like a Dirty Birdie film. Yeah, no, there you go. One I got on my list. I'm going to try to go through these. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Undead Chronic Son. Good to see you. I'm going to have to put up a poll. Yeah, I could for these movies. Yeah. But it seems cool though. Okay, so next movie is from the United States. This is another television film with Vincent Price, I do believe. Is that Vincent? Vincent Price in An Evening of Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, so I don't think this is technically a movie. Is a 1970 film which features Vincent Price reciting 4 of Edgar Allan Poe's stories, directed by Kenneth Johnson, with music by Les Baxter. The stories included are The Tale Heart, The Sphinx, The Cask of Amontillado, and The Pit and the Pendulum. So this was on what network? What network was this on? Doesn't say. A made-for-TV film. AIP TV distributed it. Anybody remember seeing Vincent Price in 1970 on TV? An Evening of Edgar Allan Poe. That would have been cool. Sounds like a Skinamax film. Love when he did Pit and the Pendulum. Oh, heck yeah. Vincent Price is the prince of horror for a reason. Next film. It's a West German, Italy collaboration. Directed by Massimo Dallamano. The movie is called The Evils of Dorian Gray. The Evils of Dorian Gray. Not much to be said about the poster. The poster looks more like an 80s film. Maybe I can expand it. Can I expand it? No. See, it don't let me. Oh, there we go. Now it's back. Okay, so here's the poster. This looks more like a 1980s poster than anything. If you can see that, kind of. But that's the movie poster for the film. Anyways, hey, Bernie Gambano. Benny Gambano, what's going on? You don't say nothing to no one. You know what I'm saying, Bernie? So yes, Dorian Gray, Italian. Of course, Oscar Wilde's an adaptation of the 1890 novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. So there you go. Enough said. On to the next one. Let's see if we can get some more in. I want to get as many movies in as I can. This is a Canadian film from 1970. Canada, Kathy. This is for you. Well, it's not for you. I don't know, 1970. It's directed by Brad F. Grinter. It's called Flesh Feast. And it stars Veronica Lake, Phil Philbin, and Heather Hughes. Flesh Feast. This one, again, coming out a little bit from the 60s era. This poster looks a little bit like the 1960s. If you can see that. See how that's you can kind of see it. Looks a little bit like most of the posters you would see in the 1960s, almost like Night of the Living Dead. Creeping, crawling, flesh-eating maggots. Morbid horror in color. In Vivio color? Living bodies used for the most vile experiment ever devised. Flesh Feast. Sounds great. Sounds great. The plot. It's like my doctor, my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boom Bots. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen here, Bernie. I got something to talk about. I wouldn't watch again. Anyways, the plot is Dr. Elaine Frederick, a mad scientist. Elaine Frederick, female doctor, scientist, is working on developing maggots that prefer human flesh. While her services are used to make a clone of Adolf Hitler, she cooperates with the plan to resurrect Hitler as a way of exacting revenge for the death of her mother, a political prisoner executed in the concentration camp. While convincing everyone the flesh-eating maggots are for regeneration research, she simply wants to throw them in the resurrected Hitler's face, which she does. What the hell is that? Flesh Feast, 1970. That sounds interesting. I don't know. Dave Plouffe kind of sounds like that one film. Good news, girls. Your dates are here. Bad news is they're dead. Ginger ale. Hey, this just felt like ginger ale today. I don't know. What? Yeah, welcome back, Sean. Yeah, no, that was something else. I don't know. That Flesh Feast, 1970. Don't think so. Goodbye. Here's a film from the United Kingdom, directed by Alan Gibson, starring Judy Geeson, Michael Redgrave. Goodbye, Gemini. Ooh, a psychological horror film. Oh, I like this poster. Enter the weird, terrifying world of the Gemini twins. I am you when I love you, love. You are me when I kill you, kill. Wow. Holy Moses. And there's the poster. Very cool poster, I think. For a psychological thriller, Dino flashlight story. Okay, yeah, it's 9:30. This will be the last one I talk about, last movie. We're going to do a part 2, I guess, here, you guys. Goodbye, Gemini. I will still have to do some more 70s, 1970. So this one, well, listen, it's a psychological horror film. Concerns a pair of unusually close fraternal twins, Jackie and Julian, discovering swinging London while home on spring break. Their experiences complicate the pair's relationship, which is already strained due to Julian's incestuous fascination with his sister, which he sees a natural manifestation and believes the pair's hive-minded nature. So he believes they're connected somehow. The film was produced at a time when conservative groups were beginning to react to the perceived social excesses of 1960s British culture. Are targeted by the conservative press as, well, the more I look at the plot, the more I'm not sure I care to even give it a watch. So, yeah, no. So, Goodbye, Gemini is where I'm leading off on this 1970 movie rampage or whatever. Let's talk about movies of 1970. I could go real quick. United Kingdom, The Horror of Frankenstein, 1970. Horror of the Blood Monsters from the United States, also stars John Carradine. And of course, House of Dark Shadows from United States, directed by Dan Curtis, one of the greats. House of Dark Shadows is, listen, probably might be the best one to talk about on here. American feature-length horror film directed by Dan Curtis based on The Dark Shadows television series from ABC 1966 through 1971. In this film expansion, I think we all know vampire Barnabas Collins, Jonathan Frid, searches for a cure for vampirism so he can marry a woman who resembles his long-lost fiancée, Josette. So there you go. Part of the Dark Shadows franchise. So there you go. Do I want to continue on? I think we're good. There still is so many more movies to talk on. I've got about 15 more, it looks like, for 1970. So there'll be another one. Anyways, Barnaby Collins says it all. See you all on the flip side. See you, Harry Scott, in a little bit. I'm just going to tell my UFO flashlight story, and then we will move on, and I will get ready for the overnight stream. Thank you guys all for being here. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, everybody. Ginger ale. Okay, so Black Roses was talking and wanted to hear my flashlight story that dealt with UFOs. And as everybody knows, I do a show called Paranormal Into the Night. I've had paranormal experiences throughout my life, from the first time I could remember all the way till, oh God, what was the last experience I've had? It's been a little while, but in different ways. But the flashlight story, there was a group of friends, and it was a group of friends that were into the paranormal like I was. This was about 10 years ago. So a decade ago, okay? And I was just really gung-ho into it, a group of friends. We all loved Art Bell, and Art Bell one night was talking about the flashlight story, going out and calling the UFOs in spots that frequent UFO sightings. So we decided to go out by the lake. Not that there were a lot of sightings out by the Lake Erie here, one of the Great Lakes. There's not a whole lot of sightings, especially 10 years ago. I don't think I heard too much of any sightings, but we thought open sky, it's going to be dark, so we can pick up anything away from the city lights. And we did. You could see the stars. We were in the right place. But we all decided we want to look up in the skies for UFOs. At the time, I would do that a lot, look up for shooting stars and stuff like that. So we all went there. We all had our cameras at the time. It was a little digital one, I think, at the time that I had. It was, 10 years ago. One of my friends had a camera that had the infrared on it, as well as I did. At first, the video camcorders, there was an infrared mode on a lot of them. So you pointed up to the sky, you could see all the stars and everything going on and more. A plane goes by, anything goes by, you can see it. So we went on and on with our, you're welcome, Sean. Take care, everybody who's leaving. Make sure you hit thumbs up on your way out. Leave a comment afterwards. I'm glad we got a stream in. Okay, but we were doing the flashlight thing. We were there for about an hour or so. One of the people said, I think I saw something, just moving. So we were doing the flashlight, about 15 minutes after really settling in and, going to the sky. And the one friend thought he knew Morse code. I don't think he did. He's like, I'm like going, what's that going to do? You think they can read Morse code if they are out there? If they even, anyways, I'm doing the flashlight. So we're all doing flashlight. So about an hour into this, we're talking and stuff like that. And I've got I put that camcorder up. I had it for about 10 minutes up to the sky, and I had it so steady looking up in the sky that you can see everything if it moves, because it was steady. It wasn't moving, but it was in the infrared. So everything bright you can see. So I saw coming from the upper right-hand side is something moving. It could have been anything at this time. But it came into the middle directly into the middle of the camera. It looked like just a dot in the sky. Unfortunately, it just looked like a dot in the sky. But it came into the middle of the camera, and it shot off just like that. And I'm like, whoa, I caught something. I see something. It was just a dot, but it moved like it shouldn't have. And it was up there very, very high. It was as tiny as the stars were. So take that into consideration. So, I freaked out, even just that. When you see something move at 90-degree angle, it almost kind of slowly came in, looked like it stopped and just took off. So there was a stop and take off. But anyways, kept it going. And I told them, I said, keep an eye out, keep an eye out. So again, not from the same direction, but from the upper corner, another one came up like this. And it came straight. It didn't do a 90-degree angle, but it went like this. And then it took off. It was fast. It was gone. And that was it. That was my story. That's my story. But 90-degree, a shot off, infrared. It's plain as day. It's not nothing else. The one that came from the lower corner, that stayed straight on. It stayed straight on. But once it hit the middle of my camera, boom, it just shot out of frame. It just was gone. It was gone. I wish I would have kept. I think I got that camcorder in a box. It's like 15 years old, but I think I got to pull it out and see if that's still on there. It should be. But that's what happened. What else can you say that was? I mean, satellites aren't going to do that. A meteorite isn't going to do that. A plane isn't going to do that. Helicopter isn't even going to do that. It wasn't a helicopter. It was one of those things that it's an unidentified aerial phenomenon. So, or I still call them UFOs. It's unidentified flying object. When it does and you can't explain it, that's what it was. So there you go, Black Roses. I mean, that's as close to. I've got another UFO story, but again, I went 10 minutes into this. The UFO seen your camera and shot off to get out of frame. LOL. Listen, Black Roses, in each one of those, and I kept the camera steady. When it came down from the top, as soon as it hit the middle, are you laughing at me are you laughing at me? But it came in the middle. And yes, when it hit the direct center of my camera, it boom, 90-degree angle, took off, upper right or upper left. The one on the bottom, as soon as it hit in the middle of my camera, listen, it's a big field of view. I mean, for all I know, there could have been something taken off on another side. They didn't see nothing, but I did, and it was on camera. So anyways, listen, I call that an experience. But anyways, Art Bell was amazing in the late 90s. Dino, I remember that episode. Was it a live one? That wasn't an episode. That was an experience of mine, Sean. Art Bell was amazing. Anyways, no, just thinking of the Grays going, oh no, quick, get out of here. Yeah, listen, it seemed weird, but if you think about it, it's covering a vast amount of sky. So it is what it is. You're welcome, Connie. It sounds like what I saw on my second UFO sighting, Emily Thompson. Yeah, no, listen, if you spend the time looking up, you just might get lucky. Well, it depends who you're with, Anyways, so hey, sorry that I didn't do a movie review tonight, but I thought this was fun. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know with a thumbs up and a comment afterwards. Let me know you enjoyed this. I kind of like the casual kind of streams like this where we get to talk about movies and stuff like that and talk amongst ourselves. So, yeah, I enjoyed this. With that said, I am going to go get ready for the overnight stream, the sci-fi, and I do have a stream, which I will put a link up. I don't even know if I have time to put up now, but later. The channel is called Gory B Movies, and I'm going to be over there after I start the live stream. So if I'm not there, it's because I'm on another channel doing battle between the full moon creatures, the monsters. So I'll be over there doing that afterwards. That'll be fun. So yes, it was a fun night, Dino. Thank you guys. Much love to each and one of you, each and every one of you. I can't talk tonight. You see stars, says Marina Barata. Peace.